All right. Overwatch 2 every hero change for season 8. Card queue. Let's see. Go ahead and see all the changes. See what we got going on here.
Season 8 with Mauga as the new team.
Yep. Hey, Mauga's in the game. Let's go. Number 1 Mauga. www. All the Mauga guides are up on the YouTube, so check that out if you want to become top tier Mauga player. Yeah, but he's getting buffed, so let's go see what ones he gets.
Tank is here on December 5th, but we have the patch notes.
What's up, Pills?
Early. Come to my stream at twitch.tv/CarQ as well for your season 8 drops and get the Echo skin for the supporter streamer program. And let's
support the CarQ. Best vids.
Let's jump into the changes for the holiday season. Let's start with an overall game update. They're changing the maximum ultimate charge preserved on hero swap from 25% to 15%.
I mean, I don't see the reason why. Like, you're gonna hero swap to get a bet advantage against them. Like, I don't think people did it for the percentage. So, I mean, it doesn't really affect that much. Like, people aren't gonna care. But, I mean, it is kind of 10% could make or break like a team fight, like a couple minutes, you know, into it. But yeah, I don't think this is going to change much. People are still going to swap. You know, if you're going Winston, somebody's still going to go Diva. You know, if somebody's on Bastion, you know, you're probably going to swap to something else, you know, so.
That's a big change. The devs comment that swapping heroes is fundamental to the gameplay of Overwatch, and this ultimate charge refund mechanic has done a great job of decreasing friction there. It has helped matches feel less one-sided as it functions as a soft comeback mechanic. However, it has also helped reinforce the perception that it's almost always an advantage to counter swap upon dying, which ideally isn't always true and requires some consideration due to how powerful ultimate abilities can be. We are reducing...
I do think ultimates are too OP. Like, I would be okay with them increasing the ult charge across the board by like 20%, so you only get like 1 or 2 in like a match rather than you get it literally every fight. Like, dude, sometimes on Sigma I'll literally build an ult in 1 fight because you're doing so much damage, or you know, Winston, you get it in 30 seconds. So yeah, I mean, I think they should increase it, but that's just, you know, personal opinion. But yeah,
the amount of ult charge preserved by a significant amount in order to see if the increased cost of switching meaningfully impacts player behavior, while retaining the benefits the mechanic provides.
I don't think it's going to change anything. People are still going to swap no matter what percentage they were at. So yeah, I don't think it's going to do much, but take longer to get your ultimate, which I guess in theory is okay. Ready for first day at Mauga? Yes, sir. We're just seeing all the buffs now for all the characters, and we'll get into gaming.
Moving on to hero patch notes, we have tanks. Doomfist, his Meteor Strike ultimate now regenerates 75 health per second while in the air. You can
ridiculous. This is way too much of a buff. You literally have to kill 2 Doomfists now. Doomfist was already hard to kill because of all the cooldown reduction that they gave him. Like, you would never kill him, and then if he got low, he would ulti and then have to get out. Now he ultis, gets max HP, it goes in with Charge Punch to destroy your backline or whatever. So I think this was way too much of a change. Like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Stay in the air for a maximum of 4 seconds, so you can recover up to 300 HP now. That's a huge buff to it. However, the ultimate cost is going to be increased by 16%.
I mean, that's negligible. 16% to having 2 lives. Like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Devs comment that one of the most effective uses for an ultimate ability like Meteor Strike is to save it as an escape in order to grab a health pack.
What happened to your quality? What happened to your quality, CarQ? What the hell? This is not 1080p. What happened? What's wrong with this clip? Your editor's trolled you, man. Okay, but go back to explaining, please.
Is to save it as an escape in order to grab a health pack instead of using it against his foes. Doomfist will now recover health during the targeting phase so that it can be used more offensively. For Junker Queen, the scattergun spread is going to be reduced by 8%. The devs comment that tightening the spread on Junker Queen's scattergun will make it more effective at ranges against small targets and give...
Wait, this is actually kind of big, because, I mean, honestly, I would still hit headshots with JQ a lot, so this small JQ buff... Okay, JQ did need something buff, because she was only, like, the decent counter to Doomfist, And if Doomfist is gonna have 2 lives, at least you might be able to force him out a little bit early before you can get the ultimate. So, yeah.
Give her slightly more teamfight presence before fully committing to getting in close to the enemy team. Mauga is here, and he was playable about a month ago, and people...
W's in the chat. Mauga's here, boys. Mauga is here. W's in the chat. Time to become the best Mauga there is.
Play tested him for about 3 days over the BlizzCon.
He was so fun.
And they found out he was kind of weak, so they've already buffed him a significant amount. Let's go.
Yeah, he definitely needs some buffs, dude. Ana's the hard counter. Hopefully, we see some survivability increases. I think the biggest change needs to be right when he hits shift, then he becomes unstoppable, rather than needing that second to charge up before he becomes unstoppable, because at least that way you can counter a lot of abilities if you see them coming. So I think that's what he needs for a change, but I guess we'll see what the changes are, because I haven't seen all of them yet.
Go through them. First, his base health is being reduced from 500 to 350, but instead is being replaced with 150 armor, so that goes from 0 to 150.
Okay, that's huge for survivability. That is a lot extra health.
His head hit volume, basically the hitbox around his head, is also reduced by 15%, which makes it harder for the enemies to headshot you. That's another big buff. His passive...
I mean, bro, are people really hitting headshots, bro? They just shoot at the body, and then you literally just absorb every single damage that's coming around in the whole entire universe because you have the biggest hitbox. So yeah, I mean, headshots is a little bit nicer, but I mean, let's be real, you're still gonna get shredded. Okay, let's see the next one.
Berserker, the overhealth conversion rate is being increased from 40% to 50%.
Okay.
Incendiary and volatile chain guns, the spread for firing both guns is being reduced by 15%.
That's huge.
The fire rate multiplier for firing both guns at the same time is being reduced from 25% to 0%.
Ooh, so then you don't wait. So you actually shoot slower? I mean, I think I mean the spread is okay. But I mean, you weren't really going to be using it from long distance anyways. So I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf, because how you would survive is you shot so fast with so many bullets that you'd get health. So I guess they increased the health that you get, lowered the fire rate. So maybe it's like even to maybe a slight buff by then, I guess.
The damage per shot is being increased from 4.5 to 5. Damage fall off range is increased from 25 to 30 meters. That's a buff. That means your damage won't start scaling down until further away.
Okay.
The maximum ammo is also being increased from 300 to 350. And his movement speed penalty is being reduced from 20% to 15% per gun. That's a buff. It means you can move a little bit quicker while firing.
I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, once you like pop your ult or whatever, people are trying to get away. I guess that's overall lets you shoot close in distance, because for D.Va, I didn't think it was that much of a buff, but when D.Va got her fire rate with rockets and her shooting fast increase, like it was so much harder to bubble dance with Winston, even though it was just like that extra 15% like, you know, movement speed or whatever while shooting the your left click. So honestly, yeah, I guess it could be a pretty big change.
Overrun can no longer be interrupted by hack, and the damage reduction while running is increased from 30% to 50%. Finally, for his card...
Okay, that's pretty huge. 50% damage reduction. That's pretty big. Yeah, I think like the one thing for his shift is that if you ever get antied, you need to use it to disengage. So that's like the biggest thing that you need to do for that. But yeah, an extra 20% armor reduction. Pretty solid.
Cardiac overdrive ability, the lifesteal is being increased from 60 to 70%. The devs said that we got a lot of constructive feedback from players when Mauga was available.
I mean, I think he had an insane amount of lifesteal already. So, I mean, 60 to 70, like that, I don't know if he needed the extra lifesteal, let's be real. Because if you were surviving, you were going to survive. If you got antied, you're going to die. So the extra 10% is not going to help you make or break if you're going to live, because the anti is still going to kill you. And that 60%, as long as you're hitting your shots, you wouldn't die. So I don't really see that him needing extra life steal, but I guess let's see what the dev said about it.
to try during his free preview weekend. So we've adjusted his kit for his official launch to give him the ability to last longer in a fight. For Ramatra, they're replacing 100 of his base white health to 100 armor instead.
It seems like they're doing a lot of tanks to armor, and then Winston gets his armor shred. So it's like these are all the hidden Winston buffs when we get over to that side. But for normal tank vs tank, the armor is definitely helps the tank survive, because you have to take that reduced damage. So
his Void Accelerator projectile size is being increased from 0.075 to 0.10 meters. It's thicker, it means it's easier to hit, and its damage is being increased from 4.5 to 5 per projectile.
Okay.
The devs comment that Ramatra is quite powerful during his Nemesis form, though his base Omnic form may be too easy to ignore for a tank hero. We're adding some power there to even out the trade-offs between the two forms, with the Omnic form having better range damage, while Nemesis form's pummel can pierce enemy defenses.
I think this is just overall buff, because you're never not going to use Nemesis when it's up for an engage. Like, you're never going to choose to do left click. So the left click was just for more range poke or whatever, but once it got closer, you're always going to use it. So I think it's just an overall all-around buff, because you're never not going to use Nemesis, and that didn't get nerfed, and it was only the left click that got buffed. So that just helps you in those other type of fights that were from range. So I think it's good.
Sigma, a slight nerf here to his experimental barrier, where the regeneration rate is being reduced from 100 to 85 health per second.
I think that's okay.
The devs comment that Sigma has very effective defensive options between his experimental barrier and kinetic grasp. The barrier regeneration is being reduced in order to create more opportunity to attack Sigma directly. For Winston, his Tesla cannon weapon now ignores armor damage reduction.
Yes.
The devs comment that this is a special property for the Tesla cannon intended to increase Winston's effectiveness against other tanks with large armor health pools.
I think this is huge, because the problem with Winston is you could never, if somebody was one of those big chunky tanks, or even like Brig, Bastion, like you would never be able to kill them. Torb, they'd be hard counters. So this at least lets you be able to counter them, or at least do, extra damage. So yeah, well, I mean, I'm excited for this. We'll see.
He still won't specialize in dealing with tanks, since his singular target damage output is low, but it will be less of an extreme disadvantage. Onto the DPS for Mei, her endothermic blaster.
I think it's going to be really good for the hard engage dives, like onto like the Tor Bastion, stuff like that, if you can't play the counters. So at least maybe you can still shred them just as fast with, another person diving. Like, you still won't be able to solo them 1v1, but it helps you kill them faster in the group dives or whatever. So yeah, we'll have to see, but I'm all for Winston buffs.
Maximum ammo is being reduced from 150 to 120.
Good.
The devs
Nerf
comment
Mei.
that we're reducing the max ammo to limit how long Mei is able to continuously slow an enemy target now that the primary fire deals more damage. Good nerfs. Soldier 76, the biotic field cooldown is being increased from 15 to 18 seconds. The devs comment that Soldier's self-sustainability is potent and makes him difficult to deal with while he's in its area. Rather than reduce its raw healing output again, we're increasing the amount of time between consecutive uses to open up longer periods of vulnerability.
I think that's fine for Soldier, because in a fight, usually in Overwatch, once you use your abilities like once, then it's either you're going to win the fight or you're going to lose, right? Like, by the time biotic field is down, you either got dove and then you're dead, or you got dove and you survived and you killed the diver that's on you. So then the fight's over with. So yeah, increasing the time doesn't really change Soldier's inherent like potential or whatever. It's just like if you use it just off cooldown on random ass times, then now you have at least have a better chance to engage on him. So I think that's fine. If you're good with Soldier, you're not like putting yourself in a bad spot like before fights start, then it doesn't change, his effectiveness for how you used it. So I think that's fine.
Sombra, the EMP, big buff here, where the ability lockout duration, aka the silencing part.
Bro, 3 seconds? 3 seconds is an eternity in freaking FPS games, dude. 1.5 to 3, dude. Make it like 1.75. 'Cause I will say 1.5 felt really like short, but dude, doubling it to 3. Oh my god, dude. Put 2 seconds. Like just dude, small buff. Little baby buff. Not ginormous. Do this, dude. Dive meta is coming back. Every dive character got buffed.
Part is increased from 1.5 to 3 seconds before you can use anything. The damage is being reduced though from 30% to 25% of current health. The devs comment that the 1.5 second lockout duration originally didn't feel impactful enough for an ultimate ability, but generally EMP is more interesting and effective when it's focused on the disabling aspect rather than the damage. For Torbjorn,
I will say that you used the EMP more as the disabling factor rather than damage. I don't think I've ever seen or even thought of really using EMP like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna do 20% of this person's health and he's gonna die, right? It's like, oh shit, they have beat. Okay, I'm gonna EMP and then kill the Lucio before he gets like the beat off, or they have, you know, flux, you know, some DPS ult or something that you need to kill them before they get off. So pretty much the hack was the only thing that I've ever thought of like EMP being useful for. But I still think 3 seconds is kind of huge. But yeah, 3 seconds is a long time compared to 1.5. So
his overload, the overhealth that he gets from it, is being increased from 75 to 100.
oh, dude, just when we thought Winston was gonna be able to counter Torb, they go ahead and give Torb more fucking health. Okay, dude. So, hey man, yo, you ignore the armor, but wait, or the damage reduction, he has more of it. He has more. Dude, Torb already had crazy survivability because of his E, and now he gets even more. Okay, man. But every other dive hero got buffed, so maybe they're doing this because they want everybody to pick Torb. They want everyone to be a Santa Claus for December, so I see what they're doing. They want to bring Santa Claus back into the game as the one DPS you can play to counter all this dive.
The devs comment that the health decrease on overload severely impacted Torb's overall effectiveness, so we're actually reverting that change. For Tracer, her damage is being increased from 5.5 to 6 per bullet.
This is huge.
The devs comment that the damage value has been changed a few times over the course of Overwatch 2 and is now back to Tracer's original damage. It was previously adjusted due to a couple of bugs, with the pulse pistol fall-off range and spread being much better than they should have. Now on to support, Baptiste.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty huge for Tracer. That's a lot of damage. So with Doomfist buff, Winston buff, Sombra buff, Tracer, dive meta, I think is definitely, at least in my mind, what's going to be the meta for the beginning of this season. We'll have to see how the other stuff like fares. You know, maybe the Torb encounter with his extra health, but I don't know. I think dive is probably going to be where it's going to be at. I'm okay with it because Sigma meta was getting kind of boring and it was so long, so I'd be okay with not a Mei, Bastion, Sigma meta. Yeah.
The biotic launcher primary fire ammo is being reduced from 45 to 36. That means he's going from 15 shots to 12 shots because you shoot.
Wait, this is actually huge for Baps. You have to reload a lot faster. Ooh, okay. Okay.
3-round bursts. Quick maths. The devs comment that Baptiste has a high amount of sustained damage in addition to his various survival tools. We would prefer to keep his long cooldown abilities feeling impactful, so we're going to be pulling back on some of his damage potential here. Brig, the whip.
I will say Bap did have the highest damage out of all the supports, so I think that's okay. I think that's an okay nerf because he's still solid in most solid aspects. And now you just have to reload a little bit, so they just take that extra couple seconds. Yeah. So I think that's fine for Bap nerf because nothing else got changed other than just his damage output.
Shot damage is being reduced from 80 to 70. The devs comment that Brig ended up being the best performing support hero in the game by a fair margin since the last patch.
Well, hold on, Brig is the best performing, dude, not Bapalari. Wait, what are the devs? What are the devs smoking, dude? I don't think that. I think it was friggin' Bapalari that just dominated my ranked games in top 500, dude. I didn't see Brig as a big threat because nobody ran dive. You run Brig against Bastion, Mei, friggin' DPS, far damage comps. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Brig was useless. But against dive coming in, now Brig's going to be useful, though. So I think Brig will definitely make a comeback here.
It's likely a result of more than just the damage breakpoint change that she received, but it was a significant increase to her offense, so we're reverting it, and we'll continue to evaluate further. For
Okay.
Kiriko, the healing Ofuda projectile speed is being increased from 14 to 18 meters per second, so at least it can reach its target a little bit quicker.
I think that's okay.
The protection Suzu, the invulnerability duration itself is being reduced from 0.85 to 0.65 seconds. However, the healing explosion is being increased from 40 to 80 health. And the change from a few seasons ago meant that if you Suzu'd while under a negative status effect, you would heal another 30 HP. So that means your healing explosion is 80 health normally and can go up to 110 health if you Suzu.
Yeah, I think Kiri's probably going to be pretty huge in the dive meta. It's probably going to be like Brig, Kiri, I could see. You could do like pretty much like Ana, Brig, Kiri, like those three I could see being used a lot. Even maybe like Lucio. I think Bap's probably going to have a step back because he's going to be easily diveable. And hacked out of like the Immort and stuff like that. So I think the other supports are definitely going to have their time to shine now.
Burn or a poison or an anti-nade. The devs comment that reducing the protection Suzu invulnerability time further will help it feel less frustrating to play against, but still enable it to have big playmaking moments, although with a stricter timing requirement. To counterbalance that power loss, we're making Kiriko's healing more reliable. For Mercy, activating Valkyrie no longer disconnects Caduceus staff from its target. That's a huge quality.
I think, yeah, that's just big quality of life buff. There's no reason why it should have canceled it anyways. So, I mean, I'm all for this. There's zero, like, and nobody can hate on this. Like, it doesn't really change much. It just makes the character feel better. You don't have to, like, left click again. So,
quality of life buff. The devs comment that this is just a small quality of life improvement. Oh, that's what I just said. To help keep Mercy healing or powering up her allies without penalty for activating her ultimate.
Yeah, I think that's good.
For the balance changes specifically, there's also a lot of bug fixes. I'm not going to go through them all, but there is one of them that has in-game implications.
Bug fixes?
Is the Sombra virus through Baptiste's amplification matrix. This is what it used to do.
Wait, does it do more?
Really not a big difference, but now they fixed it, so virus effectively does do double damage for everything.
What the fuck? No, more virus, dude. More virus damage. I mean, not really going to be using BAP with Sombra that often, I would say, but I mean, okay, I guess that's fair. Every projectile should get increased, so that it should be there, but still,
like so. Yep, if you receive no healing and a Sombra fires it through BAP window,
you're dead.
Kid. New in Season 8 is extra reticle settings.
Yeah, bro, 218, but that's literally every single character. That's like every squishy. Okay, hey, just watch out for the long-range virus snipes. Like, before it was every other character being like, all right, dude, I'm gonna fucking snipe you, and then not. There comes that one. Oh, reticle changes. Wait, hold up.
For heroes with multiple weapons, so the following heroes now have new options. We have Ana.
Ooh, wait, so like, because when you used the different, like for Ashe especially, like, are they talking about that, like the screen, the overlay? Because some of the overlays were like pretty obnoxious and like got in the way. So is that what they're talking about, or is this just like the what you like this? Because this doesn't change, right? Isn't that for every character? Like, what is that? What does that mean?
Ashe, Bastion, Lifeweaver, Mercy, Ramatra, and Widowmaker. So now you can use a small circle for Ramatra's Omnic Void Accelerator, and then swap to a big circle for his Pummel Punches, for example.
Oh, that's what that means. Okay. That's what that means. So when it swaps forms. Okay. Got it. I think that's fine. That's just good quality of life change for a lot of the characters. Will I change any of that stuff? No, I'll just use the same one for everything. Even for Tracer, I use that little, like, the crosshair, even though Tracer has, like, the circle shots or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'll just use the same still, but for people that like to use different crosshairs, I guess that's good. I just like using the same one for everything because then it gets my brain, you know, going overtime sometimes and then keeps me engaged.
Supposed to be a holiday decorations to the following maps: Paraiso, New
Ooh,
Queen Street, and
new holiday
Gibraltar,
maps?
but they weren't loaded in the early access server I had, so you'll have to wait till tomorrow to see it. The new morning lighting for Antarctica was available though, so this is what it looks like.
I still think that they should somehow implement, like, throughout, it's like if it's on like West, right? The time zones, if it's daytime, then it's a daytime map. If it's nighttime, it's a nighttime map. I think that would be sick. Even though some people will probably never see the daytime, right? If they're just nighttime. But I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be cool that if they had it like that type of way, or just change throughout the certain ones. I still think this is good though, that they're changing up the maps a little bit, because it does make the map feel different when you play it, because the lighting is huge. But on some maps, like Route 66 or Gibraltar, when you look up into the sky and you just get blinded by the light, dude, it's like you need to put on some sunglasses. Not a fan of that, but it is funny. But I think other than that, the changes of like the map's color is cool.
And that's it for the hero and balance side of things. The fun stuff this season is the Battle of the Beasts Grand Beasts 4v4 PvPvE game mode.
Wait, hold up. PvE PvP game mode? Wait. Okay, I'm intrigued. What is this?
The Winter Wonderland 2023 event, which launches on Tuesday, December 19th for these challenges and holiday skins. The new Hero Mastery courses on January 2nd, 2024 are available for Lucio for the first.
Do people still play Hero Mastery? When it first came out, I did it. I haven't touched it since Ryan, Tracer, what was the other one? Winston. Do people still do this? Have they made it more useful? I think if they made these more tech oriented, like for Winston, you had to be able to do jump primal to get across, so that taught people how to do that. For Reinhardt, there was none of that, so it was just kind of boring. But if they do add certain techs that you have to do with each of the characters, then I think that will get people to learn the characters better. But then the devs also have to know all the tricks. So I don't know, maybe like they asked, I think this would be cool if they asked like the pros of those certain characters, or even like the one tricks, dude. Sure, go ask like COD Code about some Junkrat tech, right? And then put that into the Hero Mastery, so people have to learn how to like, oh, they have to double satchel, right? Like to get to this spot, and then people are like, oh shit, okay, you can do that on Junk, like, because a lot of like, you know, some people don't know you can do double satchel, you can throw the satchel down, and then when the round starts, you have fucking 3 boosts to like fly over the map and assassinate somebody, right? So I think like certain small little text like that should be added in to make people understand the characters. But yeah, because otherwise it's just kind of just straightforward shoot bots, and it's kind of sleeper. But
first week, then one new one for every week after, for Mei, Diva, Echo, and Genji, and I think that's all. See you on my Twitch stream for those free cosmetic drops.
Yep, there you go. Free cosmetic drops. Thanks, CarQ. Great video. Yeah, so I think Season 8's looking good. Dive meta for sure. Going to be pretty prominent, so looking forward to at least a change in the metas. Winston, yep, Mauga, W. If you're looking for Mauga guides, we do have those on the YouTubes. We have 2 of them to get you ready for that. But yeah, great patch Overwatch. Keep it up. We'll go look at the skins. But yeah, make sure to go like, comment, subscribe to the YouTubes. And till the next one. Peace. Now let's go check out the Overwatch new skins, shall we? Overwatch new skins. New update. What's up, Davix? What's up, Rose? Yeah, welcome everybody. I was doing a reaction to the new season, so we can have that up on the YouTubes. Miss out the big news? Yeah. But that's okay. We'll be up on the YouTube soon, and then now Let's just go look at the new season. Maybe I'll add. Maybe we'll just make it one giant video. Do you think if I add all the updates and then now we look at the battle pass skins, you think that that's okay? Because nobody, like, people actually want to look at this by itself. No way, right? Anybody actually watch videos just on the battle pass for skins? Okay, well, Mauga, we already have that guy unlocked. That's for sure. Okay, that's... Yeah.
Oh, hey, Ace, you gotta get...
This actually looks pretty sick.
Over here. Morty's gonna add him to
That looks pretty sick, not gonna lie.
now.
A Soviet XC.
Wait, oh, I want to see... Bro, how do I see? I can't see this. Wait, is it Alt-Z?
Happy
Oh, here we go. Wait, he's roasting a TNT. Yo, B-Boy Nitrous with the 6 months. Thank you so much, man. And Rose with the 1K bits. Happy Mauga Day. Yo, what the heck? You guys are insane. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Wait, one away from Scam Train. Who wants to start the Scam Train? Voice lines I never use. Egg Hammond. Okay. Okay, I kind of like this. I kind of like this. Zenyatta. Okay, a kick emote. I'm okay with that. Weapon charms. Yeah, I can't say I've ever really used any of the weapon charms. Eh. Kind of dull. That's kind of cool. Can't say I use any of the player icons. Ooh, new Junker Queen skin. Yo, I kind of fucks with this. But the Zeus. Zeus is definitely just better, right? I mean, this has some particle effects. So I guess that's kind of cool. But is it better than Zeus? Is it better than Zeus? I don't know, man. It is a good skin, though. It is a good skin. I do like it. Okay, I mean, carrier thing. Okay, Junker running away with that. Can't say I'm using that one. On a pose. That. Don't think I'd be using that. What is this? Exos. Wait, what are these? Oh, souvenirs. Okay. Just ask somebody in chat, yo, does anybody have a like arachnophobia? And then just go chase him around with this and say it's like a fucking caterpillar or something. Like, bro, you just get people scared at the game and leave. Okay, they made a Bio Reaper. So now Bio Reaper and Bio Ramatra are together. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like to use that. Okay. That's kind of sick. Painter Lucio. Graffitio. I mean, honestly, I think that's pretty sick. I like the Graffiti Tracer skin. I think that was one of her best ones. So I'd probably do this. Wait, why does it have shock on it, though? Is that... Does the San Francisco shock do something, or is that just how it always said? Okay, Ramatra. It's all the same. I kind of like that. Don't know if I'd use it, but it's there. Can't really say I'd use that Junkrat skin. I think he has a lot of other better ones. Okay, doing some push-ups. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna use that either. Sprays, don't care for. I don't think I'm gonna change it. Yo, Mauga skin though? Okay. Well, we do need some Mauga skins since we're gonna be maining Mauga when he comes out in comp. That's for sure. I think this one looks pretty sick. I fucks with that one. Yeah, I still don't know if I'd use any of those desert ones. What is this? Oh, drink some wine to wait and buy a campfire. Oh, so they have Junkrat's campfire thing and now Widow drinking this. Okay. Interesting. 1 second, Raylene. 1 second. 1 second. Almost there. Zen. Ooh, but is this better than his rubber ducky skin? No, I think Mauga's on in comp for a week. Not in comp for a week. Okay, that's there. Okay, then Mythic Orisa. Okay, wait, can we see what you can do with this? Okay. I think the first one definitely looks cooler because it has the little pincers on it. That's for sure. Color scheme. Ooh. Honestly, this one I think looks sick. I think that one looks sick. Just because it's more like apparent. I don't know. I like that one. Okay, okay. Yeah, spray. Yeah. Okay, what are the titles here? Easy Prey. All right. Scavenger. Yeah. Pack Animal. Tracker. Nocturnal Creature. Hey, where all the DGens in the chat? Any nocturnal creatures in the chat from all the nighttime streams? Nice, dude. We could all be together on this. Woo. Aerial Hunter, Monster Slayer, Behemoth. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna use any of these titles. I think the other ones are a little bit better, but I mean, it is on brand with that type of stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, all the little support mains, I'm gonna be like, yo, open up the profile, yo, Mercy, yo, put Easy Prey on your your title. Just all the poor support players. They honestly put this because they just buffed Doomfist, they buffed Sombra, they just buffed Tracer, bro. All the supports, Easy Prey. Every support player just lock this title. That it's gonna be on brand. Gonna be on brand. So yep, get rolled. Oh man. Okay. Well, yep, that's all the titles, all the skins, the patch notes. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube if you haven't already. And till next video. Yep. Peace. Bye-bye.